Hello my friends, today I want to make a video about this air rifle that has been neglected by me for some time, and I consider this one my first real weapon. I bought this air rifle in 1998 for about $80 in equivalent to the local currency. It is made in Ijevsk, and the roll marks here say caliber 4.5. Here is the number, serial number. Here roll marks say made in Russia, Baikal. This is the rifle that was used for training during the Soviet Union times for the youngsters and the beginners in the shooting sport. It has a rear side that is regulated for elevation and windage. It is a neck breaker, rifle barrel, and this is my first real weapon because in Ukraine this was considered a weapon that, if owned during the time of the Soviet Union, you might get yourself into jail. Before 1996, when the law was passed on all air arms or pneumatic or CO2 guns to be owned by population without registering or licensing. So any citizen that is older than 16 years of age could go into a shop, present a passport, and buy such gun. Believe me, at the time it was not cheap for me. I was a medical anesthesiology resident at the time, and I mean every copy counted. I paid like about 2 of my monthly salaries for that at the time, in 1998. Believe it or not, I was thinking about buy it or not to buy it. But the thing that actually made me do it was the fact that when I was a kid, like in about second or third grade of secondary school, my mother used to give me such a coin, which is 15 kopecks. I'm not sure if you can see this at this light. It's 15 kopecks. 1983 production. Here's the national emblem of the USSR at the back, and here's 15 kopecks. That was enough to buy a piece of cake and like a cucumber or some juice. Actually enough for a kid to be not hungry in the day of the school. And also that was enough for buying 5 pallets for 3 kopecks for such gun. When I was going back home from school, I went to a shooting range which was situated in the region of bazaar or flea market between my home and the school. So I used to economize on that and save that money, not buying any food. Went into that range, which was situated in an old bus with no windows, and the windows were covered with the steel sheets and welded into place. And then I used to spend this money on pellets.
Вирусная база данных успешно обновлена.
So that I could buy about this size, or they were actually the simple cup design pellets, 4.5 millimeter. Each one cost 3 kopecks, and spend this money on it. Well, at the time I bought this rifle, the pellets were very cheap. I remember that the dollar was less than 5 hryvnia, so it was on a package of 500 cost like 5 hryvnia, so it was less than $1 United States dollar per 500. That was pretty cheap even for me at the time. Now they are about like $3 for 500, which is pretty cheap too. So I mean, it's really entertaining. You can shoot them at the riverside or a barbecue party, or just playing with them with your kid, or introduce your kid to the shooting sports. I mean, there's nothing like a good air gun. What I actually had to service it about it is the spring, the main spring, which is here. It is pretty difficult to change, but you can put in 2 pair of gloves on your hands and do it yourself. Nothing, I mean, nothing's actually very difficult about it. Well, you have to have some strength in your hands, and also the bushing here, it has to be changed occasionally. I changed it only once, and the one that I changed looked to be in a pretty good shape still. So I changed a couple of times of the spring, which is recommended to be changed to like every 500 shots. That's the only weak place of this rifle. Otherwise it is all steel construction besides the plastic stock, and it looks to be absolutely unbreakable. Oh, excuse me, the weak side also is the rear side. This part here is made of some sort of alloy. On here, the elevation, the screw here, if you turn it actually a lot, or maybe due to the reason of the recoil, or the vibrations that it gets here, so that the thread in here actually wears out, and I had to replace the whole assembly because I couldn't find the separate spare parts for this. And believe me or not, that the last year I paid like 90 grivna, which was at the time, if you compared with the money I bought, it was like 150 grivna at the time I bought it. So it was more than half of the rifle itself the last year. Okay then, nothing like a good air gun. It's also very similar to the one that I shot at my school days. So there's some sort of sentimental value for it to me. Okay, thanks for bearing with me and watching this. Thanks guys.